Fight on!
Yo, 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 bros, what's up? Welcome back to Top Tier Arcade. My name is Steve, and you're back with me in the spare bedroom in my parents' home. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at part 4 of the Inoki Suro Pachislo slot machine, and we're going to be hitting up the memories. Now, the memories are not too fond, really, because there's really not much to say about it. So why don't I just get into it and continue on with the series just to conclude the entire episode. So let's get right into it. Memories about the game. So obviously, if you looked at my part 1, which is the pickup, you'll understand how I picked it up and some history about me and my past when I used to wrestle. Now again, same one in my pickup. I had the black one, this is the white one. It's itchy. It smells like Brute aftershave, and just in that closet, the heat, it's gross. So I can't wait to take this off, but I had to wear it just for the continuation of this whole series. So let's get right to it. The memories of the machine was this. When I brought it home, I left it there, and again, I played it here and there. My girlfriend at the time, now my wife, when I brought it, I remember the first time she came over and met my family. And because we were both Greek, and she is as well, it was a little easier to communicate because she understood the language, and of course she knows English. And, you know, our backgrounds are very similar growing up in Toronto. And after we had a big meal, kind of like a get-to-know, and, you know, we retreated to the basement, hang out, listen to some music, watch TV, and, you know, I just set this up because at the time when I got it, I left it downstairs, I plugged it in, tried it, and that was the end of that. And actually, it's funny, I never even tried, this game never was plugged in when I bought it. I kind of bought it just thinking that, because one of them was plugged in, I think that Cal one, and I'm like, good enough, and I just thought, hey, it's brand new, why wouldn't it work? So, you know, I tried it out, I kind of got to know it, and that was that. So I had it in the basement, I had it on top of kind of an old kind of wardrobe, and we would just play it. It was kind of the addition. We had the TV, we had the DVDs, we had the PS2? Yeah. PS2 set up? Or was PS3 out? Anyways, PS2 or 3? No, 2. And we had, and my brother, we had a computer, and we had this, kind of a nice complement to the basement. And people would play, you know, it's pretty durable, it doesn't matter, there's not really, you know, many moving parts. And we would have it there, and I told my girlfriend, I'm like, hey Mary, what do you think about this? You know, and you know, I met my wife when she was pretty young, so she's like, oh, it's cool. Remember, we're still getting to know each other, so you can't always be very honest, because you still don't know how you're going to react. So I'm telling her, hey, I just bought this, I thought it would be fun, what do you think? She goes, oh, that's cool. You know, my brother, you know, and I used to play Atari and Nintendo, and she has 3 brothers, so it was fun for her. And, you know, she's kind of a tomboy. She's like, no, I really like it. It's cool. I think it's really fun. Aha! That was back before I started collecting. Like, this is back before, obviously, 2012, so 7 years before, she was digging it. Now, she never knew it would evolve to this monster of this hobby. And, you know, again, it's going to keep growing and then just bigger and bigger. If everything goes well, of course. So a lot of my memories were, you know, when we were alone, or at least when my parents were upstairs, and it was just her and I in the basement, we'd be talking, and, you know, she'd be playing a little. I wasn't a big fan of it, but just a little kind of, you know, just, I guess, kind of encouraged me because it was something I liked. And, you know, we would be down there, and then then we moved that to the other corner. We started getting more serious after a few years. It was played less. My brother's friends and my friends were kind of like, all right, I get it. It's, you know, nothing new. You put money in and that's that. It moved from kind of a focal point to the corner. Once we started getting married, then when we moved it to kind of storage, you know, unplugged and just kept with like a blanket over it to secure it. And then it kind of went into hibernation for a few years. After my wife and I moved out of this home, where we are now, we left it in our storage locker in our apartment, not to be seen for around 2-3 years later. It wasn't until I picked up Pac-Man, which then I was like, hey, cool. I have Pac-Man, and I have this game. It's a little, it's a little different, but, it still has a lot of the same elements. It has an LED, LCD screen, it has LED lights, it's interactive, and it takes coins. It's a coin op. So I had that then still in the closet until I got my Street Fighter 2, and then I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I think I got a little, it's growing, the ball's rolling. After 7 years of being dormant and really just, a novelty, now this is becoming kind of my third game instead of being kind of like a game zero, like I said. So then once I got Double Dragon, and then Mortal Kombat first, then I'm like, wait a minute, this is becoming kind of part of the arcade. It's not just becoming something as an anomaly or something just different and not really fitting into the hobby, but it really did. It complemented well. It was different enough, but similar, like I just said. So then I put it in the corner, and then I bought the Double Dragon, and I had that. And then again, it was kind of taking up space for my other games, so I kind of just left this aside again because it didn't get much play. When people are playing it, it's kind of fun, but again, after 20 minutes, it becomes redundant, especially when you don't start winning. And that's why I put the settings and the odds of winning easier, because I want a little more excitement. I don't want it to be neglected. So, will I get another one? I want to. I found a couple of other ones online which have more funner themes, a little more current. So at least people that are a fan of, I saw a Marvel one, I saw an X-Men one, I saw a Dragon Ball Z one, thing or something like that, and then, something a little more funner. Because this was unique, again, to wrestling. And, will I get another one maybe to match it up on two corners? Maybe. Again, it depends on how much room I have. Do I want to leave it by itself? Kind of not really. If I can find them for 150, again, things in Canada are more money, 150, 200 bucks, and they work well, why the hell not? They're a nice compliment, they're low maintenance, knock on wood, they come with coins, and they're kind of fun, easy peasy. So, you know what, and then, so obviously now this is in my parents' room. I'm going to bring this probably downstairs because in this room I have an idea of what I want to do with a lot of my games. And this might be kind of just there as, kind of patiently waiting until I build my own room, like arcade room, which is happening in the years to come if all goes well. So that's pretty much my memories of it. Not much more. The only kind of fun thing was, really quick. I remember when we had it all set up in the game room, my cousins came over and my friends in one of our get-togethers and hangouts, and my cousin was really trying to hit the jackpot. Like I said, we came with 500 tokens. And my cousin's like, I'm determined to win. So after 45 minutes of just kind of talking to us while playing blindly, he hit these three, I think. And it gets weird. You go in a cave and you're, beating up some druid or a monk, which has no correlation with, wrestling, and it's kind of weird, but Japanese things are kind of like weird like that. And then, in Tony Inoki, and hopefully I hit it when we do our next video gameplay, he's walking and all these things are exploding and all these symbols are going crazy and it's yelling. And these things are they're wailing like a siren, like a police siren. These are flashing, this is flashing, these LEDs under here, which I never even noticed are flashing. This thing's going crazy, it's like leveling up. It's loud and it runs out of coins or tokens. And it's like, it's like emergency, we're going on our phone like Google Translate, and we're typing, like we kind of took a picture, and there's an app that converted, and it said, attention, we're out of coins. And it was going nuts, So we put in more quarters, and it spit the rest out, and it was so loud, because the whole game, remember, we had Street Fighter 2 going, Mortal Kombat 1, Double Dragon, Miss Pac-Man, the TV was on. We had PlayStation 3 at the time, or Wii. We had my computer, a friend of mine was on the computer in the other room. Just everything was going crazy. The air conditioner was on. People were talking, and the neighbors that were walking by were concerned because it was going off. It sounded like an alarm. And, he was kind of like, the doors open because we were smoking. And, you know, my cousin kind of waved me over, and he was pointing, and I asked the guy, is everything okay? And he goes, hey, I'm hearing alarms, everything okay? I'm like, oh, it's our video games. And he's like, you know, hey, keep it down, because it was loud, man. Loud. So, you know, other than that, this thing gets loud, and hopefully in the next video, the gameplay, I get to hit that, because it's exciting. But if not, so be it. Maybe one other day when we just do a random gameplay. But that's pretty much my memories. Nothing too crazy, other than it was kind of my loophole to find my wife, because she's like, oh, I really like it. And I go back and say, hey, you supported me back then, what changed? And I kind of got her in a, you know, backed her in her corner, so she can't really say much more. And that's pretty much it. So that's my memories of the game. It is what it is, nothing too exciting, I know. Thanks for, again, just hearing me out, hearing more of my history and how it evolved. Guys, thanks again for checking out Top Tier. More coming, more exciting things coming. Like I say in all my videos, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. It's free. I won't bother you as much as I can. And that's pretty much it. So on the wrestling theme, what pretty much else? Like Ric Flair, woo! Subscribe to Top Tier if you can. Love it. Next video we're going to be in our the gameplay. We're going to finish off this series, and we're going to move forward to more exciting things. All the best, guys. Peace. Woo!